Hello, EDL 602 students. This is officially our week of class. We are at the midpoint of all things William Carey EDL 602. I wanted to draw your attention to the expectations for this week. First of all, you are reading chapter 5, domain 5 in your textbook, and you are reading chapter 6, domain 6 rather, in your textbook. So you're going to be reading about communicating core values and then resources, managing the school's resources. So for this one, you're down to your last domains assignment where you're doing a strategic leadership plan. This will be the week you turn that in on Sunday. So as you've been going through all of these, the structure has pretty much been the same for each of these assignments. It challenges you to go deeper in your thinking around the leadership model designed by Marzano and Carbo and apply the key concepts to help you think through a realistic school. And so as you're continuing through whichever scenario you've already chosen for domains 1 and 2, and you've continued on with 3 and 4, you're going to continue with 5 and 6. So if you've selected a high poverty urban rural elementary school with declining math and literacy scores, or whether you're at a middle school experiencing wide achievement gaps between student subgroups, or you're at an urban high school that is struggling with curriculum alignment and inconsistent instruction. So for this week, you're going to take what you've read about core values in managing resources to apply your thoughts to your scenario and how, as an administrator, do you effectively communicate those core values and then create the climate that clearly states what those values are. And then in the second half of this, you're going to think as an administrator about how you will ensure that you're managing resources in a way that focuses on effective instruction and the achievement of all students. So thinking about that, I want to remind you guys of the format. You have chosen your school scenario. You're going to write in third person. Again, you're at a master's specialist doctoral level. So everything you do from this point on should be in third person. And that is when we take out I, me, and my, and we speak from a stance of the school leader will or the administrator will. Let's be mindful that we're in APA format and you will include a cover page as well as a reference page. You are using in-text citations, at least 2 per domain from the textbook. And you are making sure that you're integrating the textbook concepts into your own language as you complete this analysis. 2 citations per domain should be in your paper. You're not simply restating the domains and the elements. You are using information from the domains within the textbook to answer the questions above. Please, please, please only use your textbook. I'm not looking for an article critique or any of those things. I'm looking for the fact that you've read these 2 chapters. You understand how these 2 chapters impact leadership in schools. So, with that being said, please follow the rubric that is listed. And if you follow the rubric, you should be fine with all things for this assignment. Hopefully, you guys are getting through these assignments with little to no trouble. I know I've gotten some emails around understanding the content. I would recommend putting on your hat as a leader. If I were a principal, assistant principal, curriculum director, SPED director, athletic director, whatever that role you are looking for later, put that hat on and think from that lens as you're reading this text. Now, as we get ready for next week, I want you guys to keep in mind that on September 20th at 8 a.m., we do have a virtual face-to-face via Zoom on that week. And again, no absences are excused unless you are doing military service duty. So that's that. We will get into talking about our teacher observation and a deep dive into that and do a little scenario for that. What I want to remind you all on is that you are currently working on your data analysis project. Your data has to come with an item analysis. If it does not come with an item analysis, there's no way for you to analyze the data. And if you're unsure about what a data analysis is, I would tell you over and over, please speak with your mentor. You should be working directly with a principal in elementary and secondary. Speak to both of them to see what data that they have that you can use for this assignment. Because one other thing, this assignment builds in another class. So you'll need some data that you can truly analyze to build to that next class. Alrighty, those are all my updates. I look forward to seeing all of your faces on our September 20th Zoom class. And as always, if you have any questions or any troubles with the assignments, please don't hesitate to email me with those concerns, and I will get with you as quickly as possible to address those. Have a great week, guys. Bye bye.